Hey guys, thank you for joining me for some Friday fun. I know it doesn't look like it looking at me, and it looks even less like it if you're looking at me in person, but I really do enjoy uh, going outside for walks or runs. I'd gotten into running um, a few years ago. It's been a little off and on. Right now it's clearly a bit more off than on. Um, but when I'm regularly running, I feel so much better. Running, it's a great way to escape. You kind of get into your own world. You also get out into the world. It's a great way to experience nature, to experience uh, the world out there. It's a great stress reliever. Being able to go on a walk, to go on a run, it helps you put away all the stress that's going on. And I know for me, when I'm on much longer runs, the, you kind of get into them, and then for a while, as you're into those runs, everything just kind of goes away. You're focused on your breathing. You're focused on your pacing. You are focusing on the next little distance before you are going to make a turn, before your route might change. Running is this great freeing thing that I have enjoyed doing, and a part of the reason why I'm not doing it right now is because I've hurt my foot, and I've had issues with my feet off and on, but still trying to go on walks right now with our daughters. It's been a very good way to kind of get some relaxation, get some exercise, trying to feel better as the lockdown continues. Even though the stay-at-home order has been lifted, we're not able to go out and do all of the things that we used to do. So being able to go on walks, being able to enjoy the sunshine, it's been a really great way to enjoy time with family and friends. And I think even if you're not really a runner, if you can go out for walks, if there's a trail nearby or a walkway that will allow you to go out and enjoy the fresh air, or even if it's taking some time to walk around your neighborhood, if you're in a place you feel safe doing that. There are a lot of great benefits for being outside, for going on walks. There are ways to make walks and runs more enjoyable. I know being able to listen to music always helps me. Maybe making sure you go with some trusted friends will help you feel safer, will help you enjoy it a bit more. Um, there are some apps that track your running that can make it more fun. I have enjoyed an app called Zombies Run, which is it's kind of a zombie horror story um, set around your running, and it can do a whole bunch of different game things with you running as you follow this zombie apocalypse story. I found that really fun while I was running, and yet talking today, trying to do a fun video at all today is very hard. But I figured if I was going to do one, I would do one on running, because when I was running, I've run through downtown Marion, and downtown Marion is not often considered the safest place. And so I would be trying to make sure I was paying attention to what was going on around me. I tried to make sure I didn't get into some of the more questionable areas. I would be kind of trying to keep an awareness of things around me, didn't just stop for random people. But I, as much as I tried to make sure that I was going to be safe, I was never all that worried. I never had to worry that someone would see me running, choose to follow me, misidentify me for someone else, and shoot me, as what happened with Ahmaud Arbery. Even though I was a little bit concerned, because in downtown Marion, I'm at least told that there are some not so unsavory things that are happening, I was never all that worried. I tried to make sure that I was in places where plenty of other people would be able to see me. I tried to make sure that I was aware of my surroundings. And other than that, I felt fine. And I went on long runs where I was running around parts of Marion 3, 4 times and wasn't concerned about it. And there has now been at least a arrest made with what happened with Ahmaud Arbery. But one of the things that I've been seeing, that I've been reminded of, is that this isn't unique. As much as we wish it is, as much as we wish we could say, that there are just a couple people who took things way too far with Ahmaud Arbery. That's not the case. I had classmates who were African Americans at seminary who talked about being pulled over several times every month by the police, and every time wondering if this was the last time. I'm seeing people posting, all the things that African Americans don't feel like they can do now, because there has been an African American killed for doing it. There are African Americans having the police called on them for the most innocent, the most innocuous things you could imagine. And it took something so egregious as deliberately following someone, arming yourself, confronting them, and shooting them down for this to suddenly become an issue where I'm not seeing a lot of debate about whether this was right or wrong. And it's not, as much as there is a serious race issue here, I'm also reminded of the fact that as a white male who has been running, I have the least to worry about. There are many female runners who are constantly accosted or assaulted while they're running. And I never had to think about it or worry about it. For me, running was just a fun thing. It was something I could do to exercise. It was something I could do to relax. It's something that I wasn't afraid of doing. But if the color of my skin was different, if my gender was different, I wouldn't be able to go about running the same way. And so if you are in a position where you can run or walk and just go out and enjoy yourself, by all means, I hope you do it. But I hope that all of us recognize a little bit of the privilege that we often have. Privilege because of the color of our skin. That a lot of us get treated differently because of the color of our skin. And I happen to be treated better because of it. Privilege because of our gender, that some of us just have it a bit easier because of our gender. And I hope that someday we can talk about things that we enjoy, that we can talk about these things that we're able to do, and for our experience of them and our ability to do them safely to not be altered by our gender or the color of our skin. But today, a lot of us are being reminded that that's not the case. I know this wasn't the fun topic that you wanted me to talk about. Trust me, it's not a topic that I want to talk about. In fact, normally as I'm seeing things on Facebook, I'm not posting about things like this because in a lot of ways, Facebook's not a very beneficial thing for this type of thing. you're just hearing what I have to say. You're not able to say anything back. You can maybe comment something, but there's no face-to-face interaction. The personhood of myself and of you is somewhat taken away through this, so you don't see me as much of a person as you see me as a talking thing when you're commenting on Facebook. And it's hard for me to think of all of you as persons when I don't see you at all when I'm recording a video like this. And so I don't really engage stuff like this over Facebook. But as I was thinking about posting a fun thing today, as so many people are running with a mod, as so many people are logging miles with a mod, as so many people are expressing their frustration and outrage over this. I didn't think that I could just talk about something really fun and let it go. So I can understand if you're somewhat upset that I took away the fun this week. But I couldn't ignore this. I pray that this doesn't have to happen again. But I know that there have been generations of African Americans praying that this kind of stuff doesn't have to happen again. And it just keeps happening. And I don't know what it will take for it to stop. But hopefully, at some point soon, all of us, regardless of the color of our skin, regardless of our gender, regardless of any of the things that distinguish each other, that try to divide each other, that make us seem so different, regardless of all of those, I hope that someday all of us can go out and run or go out and walk just for fun. I'm sorry that this Friday hasn't been as much fun for you, but I pray that you find some time to go for a run and go for a walk and have that fun that I've often found in running. I pray that God blesses you this weekend. God bless you all. Thank you for joining with me. It does mean a lot to see you guys interacting with these videos and hearing the way that they have impacted you all. So thank you all for joining me again. God bless you. Goodbye.